Hi, I am Georgia, and this is my presentation into the identity and transitions it took for me to become Sharpay Evans for Filton High's School Musical. If you show society this logo or this guy, to most people it is instantly recognised and decoded as High School Musical. Since 2006, High School Musical has taken the world and its media by storm, with its Synthesium Wildcats chants being easily recognisable and all in this together and surprisingly dominating the Billboard charts for weeks. It's no wonder most people have heard of the smash hit movie, with an incredible 250 million people who have watched the first movie alone. You show the East High logo to the younger generation and it is usually successfully decoded by the child teen within seconds, the most usual response being excitedly High School Musical. The film's ideological interpretation of 21st century American high schools was a cleverly thought process, a marketing expert's dream. Its target audience being millions of children and teenagers. These kids would then go on to idolise the characters in which had been created. The cast of the film was a geniusly thought up creation by Peter Bocciolini. He created totally different characters, each juxtaposing the other. There was a character for each clique. We have Sharpay Evans, the antagonist, Gabriella Montez, the pretty and intelligent brainiac, and Troy Bolton, the head jock and protagonist of the movie. Furthermore, High School Musical has allowed fans to accommodate their own identities with the cast, adapting a Troy or Gabriella-like persona, modelling themselves on at least one member of the cast, and unintentionally aspiring themselves to be like their favourite cast member. Or if not, they always had a favourite. You'll find out who my favourite was later on in the presentation. High School Musical at my school. My journey into the change within my identity and adapting a different persona. Like many, I have always been a fan of the Disney hit movie, so when I heard that a high school was creating their own version of the film, I jumped at the chance to audition and be part of the High School Musical phenomenon. The audition process was huge and consisted of a piece of music, script and dance from the film in front of 4 very, very terrifying judges. Beforehand, I had to read and learn the script given instantaneously. To help me engage with the character, I adapted a semiotic approach: sender, message, receiver. I read the script, thought about the character I was trying to interpret, and then acted it out. The sender being myself, the message being the script, and the receiver in this case being the judges of the panel. In the script, her use of dialogue contains a lot of code switching, depending on which character she is talking to, but in most cases she dominates, but around Troy she's more sweet and has more warmth, even though that warmth is sometimes see-through. She speaks with a lot of statural convergence. She is the president of the drama club. The authoritative tone in her voice authenticates this. I had to adapt my behaviours and attributes and make the transition between my personal traits to the characters I was auditioning for. Her name? Sharpay Evans. I had to lose all my identity idiosyncrasy and focus on her fierce, infuriated, powerful personality traits. Creating this persona was unaccommodating at first. I had to engage myself in her kinesics, making sure I used the correct body movement and diva-like expressions, negotiating with my own persona and climating myself to hers. Trying to create Sharpay's was more difficult than I had initially thought. Adjusting my identity and modifying it to hers, creating this brand new persona, was problematic. I had to let go of my own personality. Gatekeeping was most definitely not required to pursue this role. Due to my dismay at the character, do not think for 1 second that I did not want to pursue the role. I saw it as a challenge and an experience that I wanted to accomplish. The work of making my character transition worked successfully. I got the part and excitedly got to work more on her identity. I watched the movies continuously to create a general understanding of her characterization and to acknowledge her kinesthetics, furthermore to help create the almost authentic Sharpay Evans. To achieve this, I went on a vigorous acting class with my student teacher, Kez. She made the inner diva in me arise. I adapted the Sharpay persona that was so much desired for the musical role. Having the chance to be able to adopt a new identity not only allowed me to adopt a new personality, it also enabled me to adapt a physical one too, allowing me to dress up just like my character. Pink glitter and too much tan was what would then eventually help me build upon my character's physical appearance. Her appearance consisted of many obvious codes. It signified that she was a girly girl and also that she liked to be tanned. However, if you look further into her core self, like his theory, Sharpay dresses to shock and to stand out, not to socialise within different cliques. Like the self-fulfilling theory, quote, in which the expectation is created by the response. Let me elaborate this for you. Because Sharpay is such a loud, bold sort of character, not only within her physical self, but within her mental state, the response Sharpay gives off and the feedback she gets creates a social role for her and creates an expectation of her personality traits. Because she takes an extortionate amount of pride within her physical appearance, her self-esteem improves her confidence, communication, and status. Like Cooper Smith states, self-esteem as a personal judgment of worthiness. With Sharpay's high self-esteem, it allows her high status, furthermore aiding her socially valuable attributes and makes her more confident and more of a popular person at ease high.